last night's Final Six Tribal Council, I feel like I took out the winner. It was my idea to get Danny out. I had had the idea from the morning. Jeff and Angela agreed with me. They were the plan to get voted out for 7th place but won immunity. So at 6th place we had to keep ultra tight-lipped, just keep the same vibe, exude the same energy of confidence in our numbers, and we blindsided we blindsided Danny. And I really feel like Danny had the best case to win this game. Going into Final 5, they said it was endurance and pain. I had a feeling it was going to be that challenge where you stand on the pegs and everything, and I was really nervous about that because typically endurance is my forte. However, that challenge benefits women more than it benefits men typically because women have smaller feet and are carrying a lighter body weight. And I think I have the widest feet in the game because I'm like this close to being flat-footed to where if there was a draft, I don't think I would even be able to get drafted. I fought with every piece that I had inside of me till my feet felt like they were gonna fall off. Once Lena fell off, I felt a sigh of relief. Even though I really wanted to win, I knew that it would be okay if Angela won. So as soon as Lena fell off, I agreed to do the no hands, hoping that maybe Angela would just have a little slip or a wobble, but that girl is a statue. So I couldn't even walk after. My feet are burning today, but it's the final day, and so it's everything that you got. Going into this tribal council, I don't want to say I'm confident and I don't want to say I'm scared. I am squarely in the middle of both of those emotions. I don't think Angela or Jeff will vote for me. I do believe Meredith and Lena will vote for me. So I'm trying to navigate the best plan possible, and my head has gone in 98 different directions since I woke up this morning. But I think what needs to be done is myself and Jeff vote for Lena, Meredith and Lena vote for me, and Angela votes for Meredith. If Lena pulls out an idol, Jeff is going to play the idol on me, and Meredith is going to go home. However, since Jeff has had an idol, he has been so paranoid, and I don't want him to be trigger happy in the tribal and stand up and play his idol first, because I think Lena could be smart enough to sit there and wait it out if she really does have one. I'm really beginning to think she doesn't have one. Now, the only reason we think that she does is because she's the last remaining Escala, and so we felt like there would be an idol at Jovian, Blazar, and Escala, and then obviously Jeff has the merge idol. So I just need Jeff to wait until Nikki says okay and then stand up. I took him aside, I said, you need to wait until Nikki says okay, but don't let her say, I'll read the votes. Just because I don't really know the technicalities on that. But I feel like if Lena has an idol, she's gonna be so happy, and she is kind of not seeming super worried, so she could have one, but if she has one, she's gonna stand up and play it. If she plays it, then Jeff is going to play on me, and then there's already going to be a vote on Meredith, because I could see Angela going in and voting for Meredith, and then I could see Meredith going in and voting for me, and then I could see Jeff getting there, examining his game, realizing he probably can't beat me, and casting his vote for me. So I need there to be a vote on Meredith in the urn, so that if idols are played, Jeff doesn't have the opportunity to flip on me. That's where I'm at right now. I need Lena to get out of here, but if Lena stays, then she had an idol all along, but we had to send out who we had to send out, and that's just kind of the nature of the game. It sucks because I played most of the merge very well, and also in the back of my mind knowing that if I got voted out, it would be okay because I would get to spend time with Jorge, who I really want to spend more time with. But now it's the day of. Now I'm feeling it because I don't want to get voted out now. It's not like I've wanted to get voted out, but it's like, what's the consolation of getting voted out? I get to hang out with Jorge for an extra 3 hours. Like, it's not worth it. So I'm nervous, but I have to put confidence in Jeff and Angela, and I have to not show them that I'm worried, because when you show people that you're worried, you're showing people that you're not trusting in them, and if you're not trusting in them, they're probably not going to trust in you. So final stretch, let's get it done. Nice.
right, so yesterday was definitely the hardest day for me by far. I woke up like sicker than a dog. I think I swallowed like 1.5 pounds of snot. So by the time we went to the immunity challenge, I think the pain from getting on top um, of the footholds and just being sick and like not eating, I immediately like just started dry heaving. I thought I was gonna throw up. I thought I was gonna pass out. I thought I was gonna drop. And then for some reason, I like just took off like my sweatshirt and stuff and just stopped thinking about everything. So that was the hardest endurance comp I've ever done. I was never getting off of that. I would have stayed up there for 3 days. And I tried really hard to only adjust when the other two were not looking at me. So they couldn't tell that I was moving at all. So I'm very, very, very thankful. I think I would have been in trouble if I didn't have this. I think today, well, I know today I'm going to be the swing vote, and that puts me in a really, really hard spot. There's 2 votes going towards Lena, and there's 2 votes going towards James. James has been my #1 ally since the very, very beginning. But Lane and I have really connected in the later part of this game, and she trusts me 100%. Going through jury, I think Lena does have more friends on jury, but I think James has busted his ass this entire game, and I think that he can really make a case for that. The only thing that I can think of that I can use to my benefit is if I save James, that gives me control over his game here, and he's never been in control of mine. So if by chance we both get to the final 3, I think I have that as a point for saving him here if I decide to vote Lena out. I'm very, very torn. It's going to be a very hard vote, and I think either way, either James or I are probably out in the next round. So there's a lot to think about this morning.
Angela, have you made any final 2 deals with anybody?
I have not made one final 2 deal. I have made a final 3 with Meredith and Jeff, and a final 3 was brought to me with Jeff and James. But I have no final 2s with anybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Angela.
you.
Did you miss me? I just am a little bit like in shock right now. I never, ever thought I would make it to the final day of this thing. For those watching at home, I haven't told anyone here this, but I was not originally supposed to compete in this game. I'm like an alternate where somebody dropped out pretty recently, and I got a text from my lovely friend Lane. And she asked if I would be interested in playing this game, and at that point in my life I'd just been like very brutally dumped, and I was like, you know what, I think I need to spend a week away from my phone, so whatever, I'll do it. I'll go be in the woods, it'll be good for me, it'll be healing. I probably won't do very well, but at least it'll be a nice, like, I heard what they were setting up the pre-jury in, I'm like, it'll be just like a nice vacation if I get out early. It was not a nice vacation. I spent 7 days on fucking, sorry mom, on the dirt ground getting eaten alive. But it was exactly that. I feel so rested, I feel so recharged, my soul is filled up, and I'm just really fucking proud of myself because I never thought I would be here. And like, if I don't I want to make it to the end, but if I don't make it to the end, I can leave this game feeling so good about myself. And I just wanted to get that out there, just for myself and for my friends and for my family and everyone who said I could do it, and I didn't believe I could do it, and here I am, and I'm doing it. So yay, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I want to stay alive in this game. It's pretty obvious, it's me or James, and we gotta work on, or I have to work on Angela, Jeff, or Meredith to keep me in this game, and I truly don't know if that's what they want to do. I don't know if that's the best plan for their game. How I see it at this point is it's just, who do you want sitting next to you at the end? And I think if people were smart, they'd recognize I have a lot of friends on that jury. And while I do hope that jurors can be objective, that's probably something they're taking into consideration. I want James to go. He was mean to me. Not actually, but like a little bit. And I know if that's how he talks, there's no way any of us can talk to that caliber in a tribal council, okay? So I just need one person. I just need one. Because if I can get one person to vote with me, I'm planning to play this, and we can get James out of here. Only caveat is if James has an idol, I'm booted. But I even thought about throwing a vote on Meredith, so I don't, but I think in a revote situation, they would still vote me, so it just doesn't seem wise to do that. So I'm gonna abduct James' vote. I'm gonna use 2 on him, and just hope that one person has it in their heart to keep me in this game. Oh, I didn't even talk about the challenge. Sorry, you guys, you're getting like the worst version of myself because I haven't eaten, I haven't slept, but I'm still managing to serve looks like this, so I don't know. I guess it's just natural. The challenge was tough. I wanted to win it so bad. I wanted to win it for my, I keep telling myself I can do hard things, and that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And when she said you've been here for 2.5 hours, it was like, girl, you can do anything. You can outlast these people. You can stay here as long. I was feeling fine. I was feeling good. I made one adjustment, and I picked up my foot a little too far. And the feeling I got when Nikki said, Lena, you're out of this game, it's like my heart dropped into my stomach, because that was my immediate lifeline. This is my backup shot. So it's hard, but I'm still proud of myself, and I did what I could, and I will leave this game. If this is my time to go, I will leave this game okay, because I got some friends waiting for me in the jury. Anything else I should talk about?
Have you made any final 2 agreements with anyone?
No, and I think that might be a mistake. I told Jeff I really want him sitting up there with me. Angela's told me she wants me sitting up there. Angela's also told me she wants me, her, and Meredith sitting up there. I don't know if I'm in a bargaining position right now to make final 2 agreements, because I just need one person. And I feel like if I tell that one person, hey, you're my final 2, they're going to tell other people, Lena made a final 2 deal with me and not you, so you should get her out. So I haven't done that, but I just don't think that's the game for me.
After the challenge last night, what was the strategy talk like around camp?
I didn't see any strategy talk happening last night out of camp. I feel like everyone was pretty gassed. We kind of just sat around the fire, reflected, and celebrated the fact that we had made it this far, that we competed in that challenge, which felt like a bucket list Survivor item. And then this morning, it amped up a little bit. It became pretty clear when Jeff and James went aside right away that Jeff was no longer solely in my camp. And then Meredith, Angela, and I all said, let's get James out, but I can only trust that as far as I can throw it, because later in the round, when it was the 3 of us, I turned to them and I'm like, has anything changed? And Angela just says, Meredith is going to vote James. She didn't say Meredith and I will vote James, but I only need Meredith. So if that's true, I'm hoping, like, in the deepest of my hearts that it's true. But at this point, I've pled my case to them a million times. I've explained why James is the wrong move. If they can't see that, that's on them.
Did I just wake up on the final morning? Yes, I did. I really wish that I have the immunity necklace around my neck. Something that was out of my control happened. Something, either a bee, spider, or a mosquito from hell, got the inside of my toe and my reflexes just couldn't keep up. I've been beating myself up from the moment it stung me because I knew my reflexes weren't going to have it, and all the way up to waking up this morning because I have to recap. So that sucks. However, more has transpired, and I'm thinking I'm still in a pretty good position. However, James came up to me with this elaborate plan where I lend him my idol, and he almost shows it off so Lena, maybe misplays hers, and yada yada yada. I was like, listen, James, there's the KISS method for a reason. Keep it simple, stupid. We just be straightforward. We know Lena doesn't have an idol, otherwise she would have played it a few rounds ago when it was between her and Ryan. It's really that clear. He's trying to take away my only argument with the jury. It's not really my only argument, but that's how I took him away from that conversation. I was like, please just let me have my one argument. You're going to be able to out-talk me to the jury. It's going to be a slam dunk for you, man. Just let me have this one. And he was like, okay, sounds good. That's great. And then he took me aside again. He was like, okay, so when you play it, you have to wait for when Nikki says, okay, don't wait out Lena. So he wants me to use it. I know exactly when I'm going to use it. James, do you think I'm dumb? I love you, bud, and I plan on making a visit to Vegas. But if you think I'm dumb, then that's exactly where I want you. So as soon as the last voter walks up those steps, I will be placing this around my neck, and that's going to be my flashy move to the jury. They're not going to be able to get rid of me at 4. I believe I have Angela on my side no matter what. I have Meredith on my side no matter what. And with things James has promised me, I believe I have James on my side no matter what. I have seen my path to the end for quite a few rounds now, and as long as my ADD doesn't screw me in my final arguments, I believe that I have a real shot at this. And I will cry on the plane ride home, and the person sitting next to me, I wish you the best of luck.
Nice. All right, Jeff. Good luck, my friend.
Okay, so since we last spoke, we had an immunity, a tribal council. I voted for Lena, but unfortunately Danny went out.
I was comfortable with either situation. I was anticipating that Lena had an idol that she was going to play and Danny would go out anyway. But the rest of the tribe voted for Danny, thinking that he had an idol and that Lena would go out. But he did not play their idol. They did not play their idol. Or they did not have one, I'm not sure. So then we had another immunity challenge, which was really cool. It was in the Ring of Fire with the pegs and everything. And I was really disappointed because the last peg at the bottom was definitely the most comfortable. So it felt like once I got there, I could stay a while, and then I just like immediately slipped off. But it was a really cool challenge to watch. I'm glad it didn't go 4 hours. I would have hated sitting in that cold sand for 4 hours. That would have been terrible. But now we're down to the 5 of us, and it's me, Jeff, Angela, James, and Lena. And I think today, the person I would like to go is James, but I feel like James is an idol, and I don't want to give him the power move of playing an idol correctly at the last minute. So I think I'm going to vote for Lena, but I think James is still under the impression that most people are going to be voting for him. I'm not sure, though. So ideally, 3 votes go to Lena, and then James incorrectly plays his idol today, but we'll see what happens.
Meredith, have you made any final 2 agreements with anyone?
I was in a final 2 with Jeff. Angela has talked about wanting to go to the final 2. At this point, if it is a final 2, I think that would be a shocker for everybody, because everybody is like very convinced it's a final 3. If it's a final 2, my best situation would be with Jeff. If it's a final 3, I don't think there's any chance of winning, but I think my best situation would either be with Jeff and James, if James incorrectly plays an idol today, just because I feel like he's pissed some people off. It would have been Angela before she won the amazing immunity last night.
So what are you doing to set up your position at Final 4?
I don't think I'm an option today right now, so I don't think that there's any risk of me going home at this tribal, at least. I think it's going to be Lena or James, at least that's what it feels like. So just still talking to people and making sure that we have those connections built and that people feel comfortable taking me. Awesome. Thanks.
Nice job, Meredith.